So how can we take basic piano chords like these and turn them into something that sounds like this? The first version, when we're just playing the chords, sounds fine, but it sounds like you're just playing chords. The second version sounds like you're playing a song. So in this video, we're going to dive into those few simple little tricks of how to take basic chords and start to do stuff with them to sound like you're playing a beautiful song. And it's easy, it's not hard, I promise you, and you can do it without even having to read sheet music. Here we go. First off, let me introduce myself really fast. If you don't know me, my name is Matt Hodge, and for the last 15 years, I've been a music professor and a professional piano player and a private piano coach, and I love helping people on their piano journey, especially people that are on the early parts of their piano journey. I love helping people discover the joy of once they uncover basic chords on the piano. What can I do with these chords? How can I start to play music, beautiful music on the piano? I love doing that, so this is a video where I'm going to show you just one specific way to do that, but in a simple way. First off, step one is we need to pick chords. So what are the chords we are going to do for this video? So for this video, I chose 3 chords: F major, G major, A minor. Now, I'll also say really fast, if you need help knowing chords, if you don't have a lot of chords memorized yet, I have a link in the video description below to a free PDF that I created called The Ultimate Intro Guide to Piano. I created it just for you all, my YouTube audience. It's a 30-page PDF, totally free, and I walk you through tons of piano stuff to help you, including tons and tons of chords. So if you need help knowing how to build chords, notes of different chords, it's all right there. I've done that work for you. So definitely download that PDF in the link below. It can help you with a video like this. So the chords in the right hand, we're going to have F major, F, A, C. We're going to have G major, G, B, D, and A minor, A, C, E. Okay? So first, you just want to try playing all 3 chords individually. Now, notice how when I chose these 3 chords, I purposely chose these because they don't have any black keys. So if you're a beginner, it's easier to play. They're all white keys. And the pattern is just they're moving up. So once you start on F major, you're just moving up, and then you're moving up again. And then you do it however many times you want. Okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and add a bit of rhythm in the right hand. In music, we often like symmetry. So even numbers, so 2s and 4s. What do I mean by that? Even though I have 3 chords, I'm going to turn it into something that feels like it has an even number of beats. So I'm going to make one of the chords happen twice. So 3 chords, but really 4 chords. So I'm going to have F major, G major, and then I'm going to hit A minor twice. So just practice doing that. Okay? Now, step 2, once you're comfortable doing that, now let's go to the left hand. Here's what we're going to do in the left hand. We're going to create a left hand accompaniment. Very rarely do we actually want to just play a chord, basic chord in both hands in the same way. So I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. Instead, you always want the hands to kind of complement each other. So if one is doing one thing, how can the other one do something different? So in this example, if the right hand is playing kind of the block chords, the 3 notes at the same time of each chord, left hand, I want to have movement. So it's going to do 1 note at a time. So it's a nice kind of marriage, like salt and pepper, right? They complement each other well. Now, here is, for this video, I'm going to show you a left hand accompaniment that is really, really popular to do, especially when you're more beginner and you're learning how to transform chords into left hand accompaniment. what you're going to do is first figure out just what would be the basic chord. So F major, F, A, C in the left hand. We're going to do a couple of things. First off, we are going to take away the middle note. Now, don't we need the middle note? We do, but it's in the right hand. So I don't need every note in both hands. It's just if each note of the chord is present somewhere. So I'm going to take away the middle note. So I only have the bottom note and the top note. Now in chords, we call these numbers. When we build a chord, we call it a 1, 3, 5. When you have a chord and it's 3 notes, we call it 1, 3, and 5. Now, that means we took away the third. So we have the 1 and we have the 5 left. Now, we are going to have a third note, but instead of it being the middle note, it's going to be the bottom note, the 1, but it's going to be the 8, which is basically the same bottom note, but an octave higher. 1 and 8 are the same number. Now, why? Because on a scale, like a major scale that we use has 8 notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But the top note and the bottom note are the same note. So 1 and 8 are the same. So when we have F major, we're taking away that middle note. We have the 1, the 5, or the bottom of the chord, top of the chord, and then we're going to take the bottom and make that an octave higher. So it's like an extra top note. So now we have this. Instead of F, A, C, you're going to have F, C, F. But you're not going to play them like this, all the notes at the same time. You're going to go one note at a time. So first, we're just going to do it like this. One note at a time. Now, you want to hold the pedal down as you do this, because if you don't hold the pedal down, listen to what happens. The sound doesn't hover. And for this example, we want a beautiful hovering sound. So when you hold the pedal down, it helps you hit a note and then hold it, or it'll hold the sound while your fingers can come off the keys and go to the next one. Okay, so the next chord, G major chord, we're going to do that exact same thing. Instead of G major, G, B, D, in the left hand, you're going to take away that middle note. You're going to have the bottom note, the top note of the chord, or the 1 and the 5, and then take that bottom note, the 1 note, and play the 8, which is that bottom note an octave higher. So instead of G, B, D, you're going to have G, D, G. And you're going to do it the same way, one note at a time while you hold the pedal. So F major. And each time you change a chord, that's when you change the pedal. So for example, I'm holding my pedal down the whole time for the 3 notes of the F major chord, because they're all part of the same chord. Then I'm going to lift my foot up as I go to play the G, and I'm going to reset the pedal and hit it again. And then hold it during all the G. And then our third chord, A minor, exact same philosophy. Instead of A, C, E, we're going to take away that middle note. We're going to keep the bottom note, the top note of the chord. We're going to add the octave, that 8, so that bottom note higher. So now instead of A, C, E, you have A, E, A, and same rhythm. Now, remember when we added rhythm in our right hand, we did the A minor chord twice. That means you're going to do this arpeggio twice. So, I also don't remember if I said this earlier. Arpeggio means we're doing one note at a time. So when you hit a chord, when you're playing notes together at the same time, that's a chord. When you start to do notes one at a time from a chord, what you're doing is you're turning it into an arpeggio. So in the right hand, we're playing chords. In the left hand, you're doing arpeggios. So we have F, G, and then A, and you do the A again. And then you just loop that. Okay, so practice that, being able to just do the left hand. Now, step 3. When you are ready to start to put the hands together, this is where you're going to go back to the right hand. You have the chords. And you've got your left hand. Now, we're going to put those together. So, the rhythm is going to be like this. So you're going to hit your right hand chord every time you hit a bottom note on the left hand of whatever pattern you're doing. Now, I want to point out something. This is where the pedal also helps. So for example, my right hand has to play this F, A, and C. But I put my left hand under here and I'm supposed to play F, C, F. But uh-oh, they both have to play this same note. Look how close my fingers are. That means I gotta practice hitting a note and getting it out of the way. I gotta get my fingers out of the way. But I can because the pedal's gonna hold it. So I don't have to hold my fingers down the whole time for the chord. I can hit the chord and kind of move my hand away and get in place for the next one. So notice how I make room for my left hand once it gets into the right hand territory because my right hand has already played the chord and has lifted away from it. So I'm making room. Okay, so practice those hands together, those two patterns together. Now, the final step is let's add some polishing touches to it. How can we level it up a bit? First off, the rhythm in your left hand, if doing this is fairly easy for you, then you can level it up by doing this. Meaning instead of going 1, 5, 8, you went 1, 5, 8, 5. You went back down. But you don't get to make the rhythm work. You don't get to complete it all. So you don't get to go like this. Because the rhythm of it has to stay in time with the number of beats we're making. So it would be this. And then you got to jump to the next one. But because you get to do A twice, A you can complete. So you could do it like that. So that would be a way to level up the right hand would be if you want to do a little bit of what we call a ripple or a rolled chord, which is, it's not rhythm, it's not, but you kind of just go like this. It's like a harp or a guitar. You just sort of go from the bottom up and just sort of hit each note one at a time, gently but fast. It's like little ripples. And then also notice I'm playing, not just using the pedal to help, but I'm playing very delicately. You want to have what I call the gentle touch. So it's not, right? I don't want you to sound like a computer. I'm always telling my students and clients, be a human, sound like a human. So that gentle touch, playing softly, sweetly, all right? Let the music shine. So when you put it all together, then you can really start to turn chords into something that sounds like beautiful music. And then maybe you can put it up higher, like maybe I put it up here. Or even up here. Isn't that beautiful? So this is just one simple way to take basic, easy piano chords and start to transform them in a way to feel like you're fleshing them out into musical ideas that sound like beautiful music on the piano. So let me know in the comments how you did. I love chatting with you. I read every comment. I try to reply to every comment. I want to know how you did on this activity, okay? Also, make sure you download that free PDF. Video description below has the link in it, totally free. It'll help you out a lot. Also, there's another link down there if you are interested in doing a one-on-one virtual piano lesson with me. Every week I do virtual lessons with my YouTube audience, so check out that link and you can see more information about it. Click like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I appreciate it, and let's keep the party going. Click on this video showing up now on the screen to see even more cool stuff you can do with piano chords. All right, my friends, I'll see you over there, and until then, keep making music.